Well, hello and welcome everybody back to the automation station here with the PeakBot team, episode 134. For the 8 people who have already tuned in who are wondering why I have these ridiculously sized sunglasses on, let's get it out of the way. My lighting is poor today. I'm wearing sunglasses. I had LASIK on Tuesday. Ben and Thomas probably are counting the amount of times I've said that this week. So we're going to put it to bed. That's why I'm in sunglasses. Very exciting show for everybody today. We got a lot to go over, a lot going on in the PeakBot sphere. We're going to be talking a lot about King Condor this week, which, by the way, I think we need to put this verbiage out there to the people, the retail traders. King Condor, Ben and Thomas, would you agree is our first strategy that's kind of our next gen strategy? I think that's what I threw at you yesterday, Ben, meaning there's more going into the strategy. It's deciding based on logic and economic events and key levels, etc., whether or not to place a trade that day. Our traditional 3-wheel trend spread iron condor, not the case there. King Condor and future bots moving forward will have this conditional logic built in to look out, play defense for high volatility and or any type of market conditions that are not favorable to the strategy itself. So King Condor has been hot. We saw a loss yesterday here or
today,
recently.
really.
We'll talk more about, not yesterday. We'll talk more about all the happenings of King Condor this week. Ben, do you have any normal iron condor trades on? XSP maybe here?
Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to pull up. Oh, I got the wrong. Let me just go real quick. There we go.
Incognito guy. That's me. I love that. Hey, Doug.
That is.
Good to see you. Kinda.
Yeah. So I've got, of course, as always, a bunch of activity happening today. I've got, well, I guess we'll start from the bottom here. This was my iron condor trade from yesterday going into today. I'm trading PeakBot's iron condor on XSP. Took the win on both sides of the condor. Closed out at 5 cents each. We'll wait for the next spread to pick up. I want to say I went 4 for 4 this week on PeakBot's iron condors.
Whoa.
I can confirm that, but yeah. It was a relatively low volatility week in the market, pretty range bound, until yesterday's close to today's open, which gapped up about 1%. So we're dealing with that, but hey, things are good in IC land. In King Condor land, not as good with the loss today, but overall that strategy is still crushing it. I think since the beginning of the month, we're going to get numbers up here pretty soon, but that strategy is definitely positive for the entire month. Additionally, beta testing the trendy trader from Simpler Trading, his iron fly strategy. You can see I've got my entry orders here. However, they did not fill in time, so the bot automatically canceled, and that's proper functionality for that strategy. We would expect that to happen. And when these do win, it's a very fast trade. We're scalping iron flies. We're making like $50 in like under 2 minutes most of the time. Really fun, really fast strategy to take a look at. You can see here, this is the call side of my iron condor closing down for a $6.35 credit. Did I say King Condor or iron condor? I don't know. It's King Condor. And then here I've got my max 0 DTE orb entries. There was no break of orb by a certain time in the morning, so the bot sold an iron condor. Unfortunately, we got a nasty wick on the 11:30 bar, I think it was, and the put side closed down. Now, it was a smaller debit than normal. Usually this is about $1.20-ish debit, so about half of the normal debit, half of the normal loss. So I'm not upset about it. You can see right now my condors from today going into Monday have just started, and then finally we are testing with the trendy trader a bot to automate his PMZ strategy. And you can see here. Unfortunately, the trade lost about $210. But the upside on this is great. Like, that's the most risk you're ever going to see on these trades, and we're pulling out $1,000 plus winners several times a week, sometimes multiple times a day. We might actually get another PMZ trade while we're live here, which would be cool to see.
Yeah, keep an eye on that.
Yeah, lots going on, man. Lots going on.
I gotta say, your Iron Condor XSP, $41. It's crazy that feels low. You know what I mean? It's crazy that feels like you're not getting enough premium, but lower than it's been for the last few months, certainly. Can't wait to see one fill in the 30s. Okay, so I'll pull up my portfolio quick, being that I will have a premature exit from the show today. But let's pull up my account. So I'm in the same boat as these guys as for King Condor. Lost today, but has been profitable all of the remainder of the week and last week. Strung together 3 wins or 4 wins before a loss there. And that's kind of like what our number, look, backtest data shows if it wins 54% of the time, we have ourselves a very profitable strategy. And of course, that's just backtesting, but we've seen that to be true with the live trading as well. You know, our losses are defined and we're making them back up in a day, if not 2 days. So anyway, here is my account. So I'm profitable, account balance 15.1. So I'm down about 200 on the week or in the last 7 days just due to that King Condor loss there. But I still have my short position on Comcast, just leaving that almost doing about nothing, which is the only reason I'm leaving it. It's hardly moving at all. I think I own these at 35. And then I turned the wheel back on Walmart, guys. Thomas is probably happy about that.
Static. Your premium.
So look at this. I'm going to earn $40 on a combo spread this week with a sold call and a bought put. Okay. I wanted to technically, to collect my full premium, stay between 93 and 100. We're right around 97.40 right now. So if we stay in this area, I'll have made $40 in rent essentially while owning my shares this week. So that's nice. Trying to think about how to reverse engineer the wheel on Comcast. I think we briefly talked about this on air, or at least in one of our meetings. Haven't had the time to fully think through it. Not that it should be too complicated, but just not sure exactly what I want to do with it yet. But the only other thing I'm running is King Condor and Max's bots, Orb and Stat. So I'm not in on Ben. Your Orb entry, that was today, yeah?
The Orb entry was today, yes.
Okay, so I'll have to check and see why. Maybe my broker didn't reconnect, or maybe I didn't do it. But overall, down about $200 on the week, but up about $2,500 in the last month. So very profitable over the last month, mostly on the back of King Condor. I was gonna see if I can take a look at Trend Spread's new watch list, because we've really dialed it in. We've lowered the delta, tightened the strikes, or tighten the spreads rather. So I didn't have the time to look at it before this 12 o'clock entry, but I always say I might get into something later this afternoon.
Maybe we look at that live, because I also didn't get a chance to look at it. And I'll tell you what, I think I got into 5 spreads on the show last week. All of them won.
Come on now. Man, I bet you still wish we were doing PeakBot picks.
Yeah.
So
we got a question coming from X. Haven't been getting Max's bot, but I'm also trading my own SPX. It could.
strike the same.
Paul, why don't you go ahead and reach out to the little chat icon? This guy at the bottom of the screen here with a bad haircut's going to answer you. He's going to help you figure things out.
All right. Hey, I got to jump in 2 minutes. I have the Trend Spread watch list up really quick. I'm just looking at some Core 4 opportunities. Want to see if you guys wanted to maybe look at anything. So we have...
Oh. Is it that bad, Ben?
Your haircut?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Thomas, by the way,
Not
Thomas
to
also
tell him,
gets
yeah,
his
no.
haircut at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
It's at 8. I leave my house like 7:30. You know.
All right. Hey,
I gotta
like
be up. I gotta be
Chipotle
back
here.
on my desk.
What do we think about a Condor on Chipotle? Talk to me. Somebody get a chart up quickly. So we got a neutral
I don't know. Now I'm
play
kind of.
on. It's $18 in premium on a $1 spread. Okay. We're
What
trying
are the
to stay
strikes?
between
What are the
51
strikes?
and 55. 51 and 55. Who's got it on the chart?
I got a chart. Pull up my screen.
How do we feel about it?
All right, so this is the range essentially that we would need to stay within. I don't hate it.
Hit the daily. Give me a daily.
It looks like we are. Yeah, I'll change this to daily bars. Looks like we are in that uptrend from the beginning of April that we all tend to see across a bunch of tickers. Interesting on the big move a couple of days ago. Actually, that's 2 days ago. And not a huge move today, even though we saw the market jump up about 1% overnight. Oh man, Thomas, you're just getting roasted on X.
Ben, I got one more I want you to look at. I know I'm throwing you around, but this is one you like to trade. GLD, okay, has a
I
bullish
do
low
like
risk,
GLD.
bullish low risk setup. Okay, $16 in premium for a $1 spread. Your sold put is 301.
301 is going to land us right around here.
Don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. The last time we were below that was 2 weeks ago, and we're kind of bouncing back and forth here. I feel like there is a little bit of uncertainty going on in the economy right now. Might not be a bad play if GLD is bullish.
All right, I got one more. I lied because I think these are two that I think Thomas likes to play. They're Condors, okay, but McDonald's, it's a 250 spread, but you're collecting $51 in premium, okay? Our sold strikes, sold put is at 302.50, okay? And the sold call is at 315.
Okay.
All right, so if the trend is our friend here, it seems like we got some time. There could also be a bounce happening, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like we might have support around this like 307.50 level. Call it like right around here. We bounced here. We bounced here. We're hovering right around that level here. So if we don't bounce again, if we break through it, I would probably assume that
we're going to keep going.
Might be more support right around 305. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say that the trend is moving away from the call side, so a bearish trend, and there's support before our strikes on the put side. Again, I don't hate the trade.
All right, so last one I'm going to leave you guys with, and then I'm going to jump. Ready? I've never traded this one. It's one more Condor ticker, NVO. We got Core 4 met and very well in all categories. Okay, it's a $1 spread paying $22 in premium. We're neutral. We're looking to stay between 71 and 79.
71, so put us right around there, and 79 around here.
I don't hate
I would like this. I would like to play this on probably the put side. It looks like we're pretty clearly trending upward from, again, mid-April till now.
I'm liking that we're doing this live. I'm going to just say it.
I don't hate
Are
it.
there any trades that you're going to take based off of what we've looked at?
I really like that. I think the gold had a lot of breathing room, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
I'm throwing gold on right now, and then I'm getting out of here.
I'm gonna.
Little GLD, low risk. I liked looking at it. 2 weeks above the strike.
I just realized I had all of last week's tickers on. I hope I didn't get trades yet. I did.
Oh,
Dang it.
no.
Dang it. Oh,
Man and
man.
machine. Man and machine.
I left last week's tickers on.
All right, here's what you're going to go do now while I log off. You're going to go figure out if you like them or if you're going to manage out of them.
That's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna
All
miss
right.
Trader Trivia, by the way.
All right. Hey, I'm glad. See you guys at
Okay.
the peak.
All right, see you at the
You're
peak.
there.
See ya.
I don't
Where's
even
Dylan
know. He said he's got to go. He's got a wedding or something.
Oh,
Um,
lucky.
Lucky.
I want to go somewhere. Yeah,
All right, so Thomas,
look at these trades.
eyes. What?
Let's look at these trades.
We'll look at these trades. Let's go over. Do you want to do Trader Trivia or skip it this week? I
Let's
want to
skip
do the
it.
Did You Know just
I want to
because
know. I always like the Did You Know.
yeah.
Well, I would
Trader
say
Trivia.
Trader Trivia, make it easy. Can I guess? I think I know.
Yeah, which of the following stock tickers belongs to a tech company? Is it KO, XOM, AVGO, and JPM? Can you name all of these companies, Thomas? Bonus points.
Coca-Cola, Exxon, JP Morgan. I think AVGO is Broadcom. For some
Broadcom.
reason. Is it? It is Broadcom, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I know
Yep.
that.
C is the answer. All right. It looks like the Did You Know didn't even change, so good thing we didn't do it with Dylan on air.
Dylan would have been like, wow. That would have been a typo in the typo jar.
No, that's not a typo. It just didn't get done.
No typo jar.
Okay, so back to these positions. And by the way,
Ooh,
these aren't
Paul,
just-
see you, Doug. And then Paul is in on GLD 613, 315, 320.
let's take a look.
49 cents in premium.
Let's take a look at. I want to look at GLD because I think I like some of the trades.
And he's in a call credit club for it.
Yeah, so 315 up here.
Oh.
$5 wide. All right, so that's about 10%. Oh, sorry, it's a 5 wide. Yeah, okay. So 5
49
wide,
cents in premium.
50-cent premium, about a 10% potential return on capital risk. I wonder what the delta is.
That's
on the
Based on where it is now, what is it trading at? 306. That's a 315. That's got to be like close to the 20-ish delta, maybe even further back.
Hold up. We'll figure this out together. It is. I'm just looking at another screen.
I'm gonna go the 23 delta. Lock it in.
Locking in the 23 delta.
Yes. Sold call 315, 330.
It is 17.
Wow. Well out of the money.
Thank you, Paul.
17 cents now.
No, 17 delta now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't hate that trade, especially if you can still get that 50 cents. That'd be pretty good. Okay, so let's take a look at. Oh, it looks like I got another PMZ trade.
Yeah.
See,
I love
look
that
at
they're
So-
OTOCO orders.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So I also love that I'm just not paying attention and trades getting placed.
How did they
what
do
happened
so far
here,
today?
we got an order for the 59.85 call. We're, of course, counting on SPX to jump up. Let me pull up SPX on another screen here. Our take profit is at 23.55 and our stop is at 19.05. So that's about a $3 risk there. And we can see price right around here. Yeah, we're really counting on a little bit of a pop here. Let me get this trade up on TradingView. So I want to look at the 15-minute chart here. So that's our opening range right there. We're looking for a bounce up. Looks like we're probably going to stop out in a second here. All right, so that'll be two losses on the day for PMZ. Yep, just filled. Okay, 2 losses on the day for PMZ, totally fine. Still in beta, still testing. But overall, happy to see that we're making progress there. All right, now let's look at these 4 positions that my bot got me into, and then Thomas will take a look at your trades and what your plan is for the next week. Does that sound like a plan?
We're in the same trades. I'm in Orb, King Condor, Stat.
All right.
Maybe I'll get some trend spread. I'm pretty much same boat as Dylan.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So first up is my NVIDIA position, $1 spread. And I'm making 15 cents on it, so it's about a 15% return on capital being risked. I might close out early. I closed out early on all my spreads that I entered last Friday, earlier on this week. Took profit on all of them. Very happy about that. So let's take a look. NVIDIA at the 137 strike. So NVIDIA 137. Let's change this back to daily bars, right? Let's see dailies. Seems like a previous trade. It's 137, right around, call it there. All right, I mean, we're definitely trending up. Are we going to hit resistance right around 143, 142, 143? Potentially. I don't hate holding this over the weekend, maybe taking a small stop on Monday. If we look at the technicals, definitely going to be strong buys. Yep, 1 week strong buy, 1 month down to just a buy. And then analyst rating, where are we in terms of all the forecasts? So max forecast is massive. Average forecast is 172. So a lot of room to grow to get to that price target. Overall for a 1 week play, I mean, we've not been above 137 for that long. And I am kind of concerned about this top right here, but we could see the trend continue. All right, not the biggest fan, but we'll let it ride. It's only $1 spread, and we've got Robinhood, $1 spread for 18 cents in premium. I like that, 18% potential return. Let's take a look at Hood at the $68 strike. Hood at $68. Puts us right around there. Okay. I like that. We had a previous resistance here and here, right around $67-ish. Broke through that. So I'm pretty bullish that we're going to see some positive movement. Yeah, I'll let that play out at least until Monday for sure. So not going to close either of the first 2. And then we've got Wells Fargo, 12-cent credit on a $1 spread. What do we have? SLL. Oh, that's a Condor. We only got 9 cents on a Condor, 50-cent risk.
Terrible for 50 cent risk.
So WFC selling the $74 put. So these are all bullish positions. WFC. Thomas, this reminds me of when we used to live trade.
I know. That was fun.
Yeah.
Throw up an
for a while.
iron.
It just took up too much time.
Yeah.
$74. Okay. I don't like that, especially for 12 cents. I mean, we're definitely bullish here, but we're kind of in a zone.
You're chopped up a little bit there.
Yeah, it's a little choppy. I don't know if I trust the chop over the weekend. So if I can close down now and lose only $1, that's fine. All right, so we'll see if that gets filled. And then finally, we've got TSLL Iron Condor selling the 1350 call to $9 put. So 9 and 1350. So $9 is right here. 1350 here. I mean, for such a low credit, I mean, I earned 3 cents on the call side and 6 cents on the put side. I just really don't like that. Man, I wish I was paying attention.
It's all right. It happens, Ben.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, the bot's going to manage important position for me. But
hopefully just get a little quick take profit there.
yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to, I'll let this run out till the end of the day. Hopefully get some theta decay and be able to buy it back at 9 cents, because currently it's at 13 cents. I don't know if we'll get there though. I mean, I think what would have to happen is price would probably have to bump back up to like 11.25, like on the dot, and we'd have to be at like the end of the day. All right, well, shame on me for not updating my tickers. I didn't want to show my process that I go through for updating tickers, but Thomas, how did your trading week go?
Same, so not terrible. I mean, I did do pretty good at the beginning of the week. Unfortunately, didn't do as hot towards the end of the week. I believe I still netted about $250 on the week, which is really nice. So we took the early King Condor trades on Monday and Tuesday. No, Monday into Tuesday, we took a, let me think. So I closed early Monday and closed early Tuesday. We didn't trade Wednesday, and then the trade that occurred Thursday was a loss into today. So those were nice trades overall for King Condor. Unfortunately, just hit the one stop loss today with the, pretty big gap overnight to the upside, which it happens. A news breaks. I believe it was jobs. Was it jobs news for the month of May? I believe it was. I believe it's. Let me look. I know there was
calendar here.
Yes, so the U.S. payroll increases 139,000 in May, which was more than expected, which put unemployment at 4.2%, which caused the market to gap up a little bit higher. So that was kind of our reason for why the SPX Condor got broken through a little bit, hit stop loss pretty early on in the morning, and then Orb unfortunately wicked out, or Max's 0DT. Orb got wicked out in the afternoon, wasn't even paying attention, was on a couple calls. Noticed I got stopped out at like 75 cents or something like that. And I called Ben. I was like, hey, everything all right? And he was like, yeah, price just flicked down and back up. And by the time we got orders in, we got filled a little bit sooner, but it's all right. Better to be safe than sorry there. So yeah, that was pretty much our day with the bots. Fortunately, till 2 losses today, but still netted up about 250-ish on the week.
Nice.
Always a solid week to have profit.
Cool. All right. So going into next week, I am going to continue trading the King Condor, and I'm going to continue trading Orb. So Max's Orb strategy, Orb or Max's 0DT stat, whatever triggers for that day. I've got some trend spread in my account. As you guys can see, I've got the 1 Iron Condor running every single day on XSP.
Any Shorbo trades?
No Shorbo trades today. I did get a Shorbo trade yesterday. Won $230 off of that trade. That was nice. Shorbo is a new bot that will be coming out. Actually, I'll pull up the website here.
You got it live up?
Yeah, Shorbo is up. It's currently getting ready for beta, so it's in closed internal beta. Like the alpha version is what we're using right now. Then we're going to move it into beta, I think next week. But here's our back tested returns on it. We're trading it with $1,000 of capital, and that's how we can keep the drawdowns lower if we're allocating that much to it. Realistically, it's only trading a $5 wide spread. So again, realistically, you only need like $500 to do it. But if you allocate $10,000 towards that strategy per contract, these are the type of returns that we got from our back tests. And I can say from experience this week that the actual trades that we're getting are very, very close to what the back test software is giving us back for those trades. So it's really solid. trades almost every day, about 16 trades per month. So that means on average it's sitting at about 5-6 days each month. So maybe once a week, you can look at it like that. The monthly P&L for Shorbo, really solid. It reminds me of looking at the King Condor's monthly P&L backtest. Now this is all backtested data. You can download the backtested trades right here. I'll have to fix that color. But overall, really, really solid. I'm excited for this to pair with the King Condor, because what we saw yesterday, Thomas, was strikes. Let me pull up the chart so we could show this, and I'll see if I could remember what the strikes were. The strikes that the King Condor had yesterday.
I know sold put was 60.35.
60.35. Okay, so sold put was 60.35 right here. Yeah, that's right. And as you can see, price was testing that yesterday for yesterday's Condor that was open. And then what Shorbo did was it came in at around 10:30, which price was around here at that time. And it sold, maybe it was 10 o'clock. Yeah, it was 10 o'clock. And it sold the 59.60 strike. So, and it sold it for $230. So effectively what that did was it said, okay, well, if this side of the Condor loses, if the put side of the King Condor loses, well, that loss is covered by the Shorbo trade. Now, if price goes back up, then King Condor is going to win and cover the loss of the Shorbo trade. Now, net, you're going to gain. And if price finished between here and here, you're going to win on both of them. And that's actually what happened semi-intentionally. But price ended where the King Condor won and Shorbo won because we were between these two strikes. So we doubled up on the premium there for a pretty nice win. So I like how that complements King Condor. Now, there are scenarios where, let's say, King Condor stops out and then price increases again and you lose on both. Or there could be the scenario where if this price just kept climbing and climbing and the call side lost on King Condor, I forget what the strike was on the call side yesterday. I think it was 6,000 actually.
Yeah.
So if we bounced above that, which looks like we got really close, I don't think it was 6,000. It might have been like 605 or 6,005 or 6,010. If price kept going, then both Shorbo and King Condor lost, but we had some funky price action yesterday. Anyways, so Shorbo is on the way, but back to what I'm trading mainly. I'm mainly trading King Condor. Of course, I'm testing Shorbo. I'm testing the trendy PMZ and trendy fly bots. Trading Max's 0 DTE strategies, and then I'm trading the BenBot. The BenBot should make its way onto our website with data, live data, my actual testing of the strategy. It'll make its way on the website over the weekend. But let's see if I have that spreadsheet up. I do. Okay, so these are my actual tests from my account, and this is my actual P&L from trading what we're calling the BenBot. It's essentially a covered call each day on IWM and making adjustments if price moves against us throughout the course of the day. And you can see here, these are the daily, this is the daily P&L in this column here. So you can see like the losses sometimes aren't that bad. Sometimes you get a big loss, but overall the wins are pretty nice. You're winning about 75% of the time. Here's my P&L versus if you were to just buy and hold IWM for each of these months. So in March, I started trading this strategy March 5th. So I don't have the first couple of days of March, but made about 4% return in April, 3%. May was great. May crushed it, 6%, while IWM returned, negative in March, negative in April, and then returned positive in May, but still beat it. Right now, the strategy is currently losing to IWM in June, but hey, we got a lot of month left, and hopefully a lot of big winners still to come. So I love this strategy because you're only going to lose as much as the market drops, less the amount of credit that you get from those covered calls. So you're never going to lose more than what the market has lost in a particular day. And that's just from the market open to, call it, the market close, right? Because we're not holding positions overnight. And again, another reason why I love this strategy. I don't like that overnight exposure. Even on the King Condor, having that overnight exposure, not that it worries me, but I'm like, hey, I'd rather not deal with that overnight exposure. I'm a big 0DTE fan. So anyway, that's a lot about what I'm trading. Thomas, what's your approach coming into this week? And then we'll look at some economic events before we get out of here.
Yeah, next week, just riding the bus with King Condor, continuing to go with Max's strategies. Maybe I'll look at a couple trend spread strategies just because the market is a little bit wonky. Maybe I just want to play some individual stocks, look how they're going, and kind of take it from there. But I think for right now, I'm just going to be trading SPX next week. That's going to be it. A little bit of a boring week for me, but I think the boring is a little bit better sometimes, just kind of sticking to 2 or 3 strategies that have proven themselves and continuing on that way.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the market as a whole, Thomas, how are you feeling just looking at this chart?
I think we're going to chop next week.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to have too much movement. I think we'll see a little bit of chop. I think we're at a nice level of resistance. I think we've had quite a run. And I think Trump is talking a lot. Him and Elon are in a little bit of a feud. Seems to be a little worrisome. So not 100% sure what's going to happen there, but I do think we'll just kind of have some up and down days, just leading to a choppy week next week.
Fair enough. So let's take a look at what we've got going on next week. If we zoom in here. All right, there we go. That's good. So on Monday, not much going on Monday. Tuesday, again, not too much from what we can see. Wednesday, things start to pick up. We've got inflation rate data pre-market. That's usually a big mover. And we've got a 10-year note auction. So the orb strategies will not be trading on the 10-year note auction. And then on Thursday, got some PPI data month over month. That's usually big news. That's usually reason to turn some strategies off. So they might be off. And then we've got a 30-year bond auction. The Max's Orb strategies will be off for that. And then Friday, we've got the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, which, as we have experienced in the past, for some reason, this particular event tends to blow up our condors. So we're not a huge fan of trading. So it might be a light week of automation next week, but stay tuned. We'll see how volatile the market is, and we'll see what metrics the bot gives back. Question from Doug. Is there a reason King Condor trades are not on RUT? Good question. I will. The real reason is we can backtest SPX and through the third-party software that we're using, and I don't think, I have checked real quick, I don't think
you can test
RUT is available for back testing. Yeah, it's not. We can only, on this particular software, which is, it's Option Omega. We love using Option Omega. SPX, SPY, IWM, QQQ, AAPL, and TSLA are the tickers that we can back test. I'm not opposed to potentially giving RUT a go at it with the same logic. I just know that when we back tested this strategy from SPX to like SPY or Qs, the strategy didn't perform as well. Probably because of price differences and strike price granularity. I'm not opposed to trying it. Maybe we'll see. We will see.
Maybe.
Anyways, Thomas, anything else? Otherwise, I think we basically covered it all.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Without Dylan here.
Yeah, he talks the most, so it's a little quiet without him.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Myself, Dylan, and Mark from Harvested Financial will be live talking more and digging further into our King Condor strategy. So don't miss it. We will be same place, 8:30 a.m. Eastern on Monday. Have a great weekend. And most importantly, we will see you at the peak.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.